Mount Graham, Arizona, May 1993. Under the cover of darkness, construction crews break ground on what will become one of the most controversial observatories in modern history, the Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope. But this isn't just any telescope. This is a device so powerful, so precise, that it can peer into the deepest corners of our universe, and it's controlled by the Catholic Church. The question is, why? Why would an institution built on faith invest hundreds of millions of dollars in cutting-edge astronomical technology? What are they searching for in the heavens? And perhaps most troubling, what do they already know? The Vatican's interest in the stars is not new. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII reformed the entire calendar system, creating the Gregorian calendar we still use today. To do this required precise astronomical calculations. The Church needed to know exactly where the stars were, where they had been, and where they would be. In 1891, Pope Leo XIII established the Vatican Observatory, making the Catholic Church one of the oldest astronomical research institutions in the world. For over a century, Vatican astronomers have been watching the skies. But in the 1980s, something changed. Light pollution in Rome made observations increasingly difficult. The Vatican needed a new location. They needed darker skies, clearer views, and more powerful equipment. So they chose Mount Graham in Arizona, a sacred site to the Apache people, and began construction on what they called the Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope, or VAT. But here's where it gets interesting. The telescope uses technology called adaptive optics, which allows it to see through atmospheric distortion. This means the VAT can detect objects other telescopes cannot. It can identify planets around distant stars. It can analyze the chemical composition of celestial bodies billions of light years away. According to the Vatican, they're searching for exoplanets, planets outside our solar system that might support life. But is that the whole truth? In 2008, the Vatican's chief astronomer, Father José Gabriel Funes, published a paper titled "The Alien is My Brother." In it, he argued that believing in extraterrestrial life does not contradict Catholic faith. He stated, and I quote, "Just as there is a multiplicity of creatures on Earth, there can be other beings, even intelligent ones, created by God." Think about that for a moment. One of the highest-ranking astronomers in the Catholic Church publicly acknowledged the possibility, even the likelihood, of intelligent alien life. Then, in 2009, the Vatican hosted a conference on astrobiology, the study of life in the universe. Leading scientists from NASA and around the world gathered at the Vatican to discuss the implications of discovering extraterrestrial life. Why would the Church suddenly become so interested in this topic, unless they had reason to believe such a discovery was imminent? Now let's look at the Vatican's own archives. Throughout history, the Church has documented thousands of what they call miraculous events. Apparitions in the sky, beings of light appearing to peasants and saints, objects descending from the heavens. One of the most famous cases occurred in Fatima, Portugal in 1917. 70,000 people witnessed what they described as a silver disc spinning in the sky, radiating colors and descending toward Earth before shooting back up. The event became known as the Miracle of the Sun. The Catholic Church officially recognized it as a miracle. But what if these weren't miracles at all? What if they were sightings of something else entirely? And what if the Vatican has been documenting these encounters for centuries? Ancient texts from various religions describe remarkably similar phenomena. In the Hebrew Bible, the prophet Ezekiel describes a wheel within a wheel descending from the sky with brilliant lights and the sound of rushing waters. The book of Exodus describes a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of cloud by day guiding the Israelites through the desert. In Islamic tradition, the Prophet Muhammad's night journey describes ascending to heaven on a creature of light. Hindu texts describe flying machines called vimanas, piloted by beings from the stars. What did these ancient peoples witness, and has the Vatican been studying these texts, comparing them to modern sightings? In 2017, the Pentagon released footage of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, encountered by Navy pilots. These objects defied known physics, making impossible maneuvers at impossible speeds. Shortly after, the Vatican Observatory released a statement saying they would be open to studying any evidence of non-human intelligence. It's worth noting that the Vatican Library contains some of the most extensive archives in the world, millions of documents spanning 2,000 years, many of which are sealed from public view. What's in those archives? Historical accounts of encounters with non-human intelligence? Ancient star maps showing the location of inhabited worlds? Former Vatican Observatory director Father George Coyne once said, "The universe is so vast, it would be presumptuous to think we are alone." But perhaps they don't just think we're not alone. Perhaps they know. So what is the Vatican really looking for with their forbidden telescope? Are they searching for signs of intelligent life in the cosmos? Or are they watching for something specific, something they've known about for a very long time? The Vatican has never denied the possibility of extraterrestrial life. In fact, they've embraced it more openly than almost any other religious institution. The question we should be asking is not whether they're looking. The question is, what have they already found? And when they find it, or when it returns, will they tell us? Or will it remain locked away in the deepest vaults of Vatican City, another secret known only to the chosen few? The telescope points to the heavens every single night, scanning, searching, waiting. For what exactly? Perhaps we'll find out soon enough, or perhaps we already have visitors, and the Vatican has been preparing us for this revelation all along.